feels heavy on your chest. I wish I could carry the weight all on my back. Colors now faded. There's only so much hoping that I can't do, but I'd rather lose than lose you. Do what you gotta do, what you gotta do to be you. I gotta do what you gotta do, what you gotta do to put your heart to rest. I'll keep waiting as long as it takes. Do what you gotta do, what you gotta do to be you again.
Alright guys, what is up guys? Aldo here, appreciate you guys, hope you're having a great weekend. What's up? Thanks for being here. Let's get into some analysis. Yesterday I was talking about the possibility of jumping up to 28.5, we're almost there, almost hit there, 28.2 so far, bouncing around 28 right now, and a lot of this, was triggered. I was talking about, we did have this trigger wave, it came down a little bit more, you got these two, and then a bit more of a jump up here. Trigger wave on the 2 hour, this worked pretty well. So in a real uptrend, the thing you want to look at in Market Cypher, it's going to be a little bit riskier on the weekends, but the thing you want to, what's up guys, Kano? The thing you want to look at on, these are not the 45 minute, what was that? Well, to a certain extent, yeah, the trigger wave, stuff like that here, lagged a little bit, but then you kind of come up, but really like the 2 hour, the hourly are pretty good for this continuing forward. That's one of the things you're looking at, especially on weekends where you hit the big point, you got a little bit of rejection, but people get greedy with the shorts, and what happens, bam, you come up a little bit higher here. So that's a lot of times what we see. Also the daily VWAP coming down with money flow coming out. I'm surprised this hasn't come into brand regular candles. This has come into the green again. No, interesting. I mean, it is a larger time frame, but you would think with this much of a pump up, you kind of would. But no, not yet. Or you may not. And that'd be an interesting for a potential pullback. And, we know you're going to have a pullback at some point. You're up 83%. I mean, where would 100% be? Let's just see where we would end up if we were to come up to 100%. Wow, that's over 30K. Let's see. Yeah, 31. So 31, 32. Pick your poison. People are talking about all things between 29, 32. Those areas. That'd be 100. So I kind of think the highest you could get without some type of substantial pullback is probably there. What we're also looking for, what we're really looking for, we're looking for the VWAP to start coming down here. Is step one is potentially look for a swing short. We're not quite there yet. You want to have a lot of patience. Number two, what we're looking for a bit is the 90 minute to start crossing into the red. See, looked like it was going to come down, but you get a lot of curveballs here. You get a lot of curveballs in this environment. Now, if we look at some middle time frames, I guess, time frames like this, VWAP coming down, you got a red dot that confirmed was a nice buy signal. You came up farther, but once you start to get bearish divs on these time frames, or especially the 12 hour, the 10 hour, once you start to get bearish divs here, and once you start to see money flow with the bearish divs start to come out in the 4 hour, that's when you're looking at more of a potential for a pullback. But we're in some crazy times. You got banks going down. We got people doing emergency podcasts. Robert Kiyosaki, I got to listen to his. A lot happening right now. So we'll see what happens. Usually in a time like this, it's never good to do anything crazy FOMO, like FOMO buy, FOMO sell. fear, panic buy, panic sell, that type of thing. You never really want to do that. I feel like everyone who does that, the odds would be against you if you're doing that. You know what I mean? The odds would be against you if you're doing that. What I think, though, and none of this is ever financial advice. Obviously, I'm not right all the time, but what I think, though, is the real good DCA strategy would be kind of just follow the 2 week in the red. If I had like 10 grand I wanted to invest, I'd put 1 to 1.5K in every month for the next 8 to 10 months. Let's just see how long that was again. So this was a little over a 10-month period, So 11 months right there. I mean, it depends how long you kind of stay in the red here. We don't know that, but probably until the end of the year would be a really good accumulation zone, I think. We came up a lot. Unless something really crazy happens, I mean, I don't think you would. I mean, you absolutely, like I said in the video yesterday, these are crazy times. I mean, if it is like 2019, theoretically, look at this, you would kind of come up, you'd kind of have one jump up, and you could come up to, 32 is 32 is a big area. 30 to 40 kind of. Trying to think, it was easier to map it out. I was looking at ETH. It was easier to map out there, with the green dot right there. And let's see, that was about 100% gain. Wow. I mean, I don't think you'd come up 100%. Maybe you could come up to somewhere in the 2000s. That's what I would be looking at right there. Let's see. And now we're coming back above 28K, so there was, I mean, we're starting to see money flow start to come out in these lower time frames, so there are some signs that could be coming, starting to get towards our top here, maybe one more jump up until the Fed meeting. That's what we're looking at, yeah. Let's see here. So this area, 28.5 right there, we're looking at. That could be kind of significant. That's why I was talking about the title line video yesterday. 28.5 was the thing to look for there. And you get that spiral line 28.3. You got a lot of stuff. The logarithmic ones could typically be a little bit stronger. This pocket is going to be big. If we could bounce off this pocket, have a money flow crossover in the 90-minute, you start to see money flow crossovers in the hourly, 2 hours. Well, a lot of these time frames, that's where you're looking at a potential trend reversal here. But we're in crazy times, like I said. Everybody's in. Let's see the chat for a second here. What's up, Crypto Grizzly? What's up, guys? Gano. Thanks for being here. What's up, Cool? How you doing? What's up, Gernora? There are no pullback this week. UBS bought CS for pennies on the dollar. Next bank is on deck next week, which Bitcoin as a hedging. So there is that possibility. Drive with Bishop. There is that possibility. I still think panic buying is never the main way to go. What we're seeing here is when we do have a pullback, the thing here is alts are probably going to continue to get decimated, and this is going to continue to pump. I mean, I've been talking about this for a while. Bitcoin dominance never looked more bullish, and since there, bam, 3 green candles. This could have a trajectory. I think you'll end up between somewhere to 50 to 60% here. I think your prime kind of altcoin accumulation would be could be even early next year, kind of when a lot of them bottom against Bitcoin, but that's what we're looking at right there. Will the Bitcoin monthly ever turn red? That's a great question. Who asked that? Honey Drippers, what's up? What's up, Nightshade? Everybody's in the house today. What's up, Nightshade? So let's look at the Bitcoin monthly. So if it's like the .com bubble, it will roll over here and turn red relatively soon. The thing is, we did have 3 green candles during the .com bubble crash, and then that rolled over in the NASDAQ. My guess is at some point, even if you come up to 40K, what have you, you're going to see some type of drop down like that. You know what I mean? And that's where I think potentially you would end up in the red. And that's going to be, I think when you get in the red here, I mean, you may be a little late to the game, but I think when you get in the red here, that's going to be probably one of the last chances to really get in at some good prices. I mean, if it is like the NASDAQ, gold and silver will outperform it for a while, but continue to outperform it kind of for a while on the macro. But I think it'll be different this time because like Bitcoin's the other option kind of other than gold and silver. I mean, the main things now, to be immune from the banks going down, to be immune from a lot of nonsense, I would say the number 3 main things are gold, silver, Bitcoin. Bitcoin in a hardware wallet, and probably, obviously, physical gold and silver. Bitcoin's the easiest thing because gold and silver are, that's heavy. That's a problem with precious metals. But I think it's going to be a while before precious metals really finally hit the peg and lose their value. Let me take a sip of coffee 1 second here. I mean, typically, even in accumulation phases, you will see another shot to probably get in at 20K, 25K at least. I mean, 25K is a 200 weekly. That's a big area. I mean, you do have the reverse head and shoulders here that you're kind of breaking out of. You've got a technical target, obviously. Geez, your technical target's probably, people have been mapping it out in a few different ways. Depends probably how. Yeah. I mean, yeah, 39, 40K would be a technical target. I think Jason Casper was talking about that. So if it's a lot like 2019, you would see your 40K, and yeah, that'd be wild. You get up to that 40K, that'd be a nice, a nice jump up for something similar to 2019. Then after that, you'd probably come down a bit. But in the short term, I'm kind of thinking once you get that 90 minutes across into the red, bounce off of some of these areas, somewhere between 28 to, or, for 25 to 32, 33, yeah. What's up, cool, let's see. Long-term accumulation is on or ready to accumulate slowly every week, yeah. For the next one, yeah, until December, I think, based on a lot of my strategies, it could be until a year, it depends. If you're somebody who doesn't want to chase this market, and you're trying to wait, there's a few things you want to wait for if you don't want to chase this market. One, you could wait for the next red dot in the 2-week, wait till this confirms. Similar to kind of how it was back here. That's, you would have got a good DCA period right there for a lot of 2020. Or what you can wait for is for the first time ever. Let's look at, this is a secret time frame, the 18-day. Right there, okay, fun fact, this is the NASDAQ after the .com bubble. It bottomed out when you got into the red here. I would say 18-day, 3-week, when these come into the red, that's going to be a good place to buy. Now, obviously, last time you didn't come into the red very long. I think we're due to come in to the red maybe in a lot of 2024 for a longer period of time, I'm kind of thinking. That's my kind of guess on it. So yeah, also, 12-day. I mean, a lot of things would point to you if history kind of repeats itself to a certain extent here. This was from October 2019 all the way till July of 2020. So so that was 3, so that 9 months, about a 9-month DCA period, basically until the end of the year, I think. Until the end of the year, until January next year, that's the DCA period. So I think, if you have, it depends how much you want to put in, there's different ways to do it. Some people like to do it every Monday. I think statistically, Mondays are the cheapest days for Bitcoin, unless that changed. Every Monday, it could be one possibility. Put that, if you had, 10 grand to put in. So that would be, 10 grand over, we gotta do some math out here. Well, it would be 1,000 a month, so it would be about 250, 250 a week or something. 250 a week would be a decent. I mean, obviously you could set that on Coinbase to automatically buy that amount. So yeah. Accumulation until the next halving. Yeah, we're in the accumulation zone. I think the fact that, did we close above the, we're 5 hours to close above the 200 weekly. We have officially entered the accumulation zone. So the only thing that would probably still be the case that we could come down and roll over from this is the ugliest bear trap in history, bull trap in history, is these RSIs did not kind of come all into the brights yet, like they did back there. You know what I mean? All into the brights. Also here, but by that time it was kind of, you were bottomed out. So the odds that 15K were the bottom are extremely high right now. They're extremely high. The odds that 15K was the bottom are extremely high right now. Towards the end of the year, I do think you'll see a significant pullback towards the end of the year into, depending on how far we get up. It's looking more like it's going to be a lot like 2019. You get up to 40K or something. Or, there's a lot up in the air. I'm still trying to process what happened with all these banks going down. These are some crazy freaking times. Seems like everything's just going down. First crypto, now traditional banks. Yeah. Let's see. What are you guys saying? What's up, Lauren? Um, for instance, yeah, you could do that. You could do that. Buy after, yeah. I mean, you could do that. A lot of times, price is somewhat factored. I mean, price is somewhat already factored in from SVB going down. I mean, we've already pumped up from what was it, 20K here to, 28K. It's already factored in. It depends what kind of you can put in more based off events. That's sometimes when you're putting in stuff based off events, that gets into kind of panic buying, panic selling. You got to control your emotions, so be careful. But no, Paul Barron's 100% right. Yeah, I think I've been a little bit too hesitant on that. I've been a little bit not seeing guys. It takes a few days to process, a week to process what the hell happened with banks going down. Who the hell would have predicted that? So yeah, but I'm seeing that more as kind of Bitcoin's becoming a safe haven, a safe bet. It's never something where it just doesn't. It usually doesn't. It usually just doesn't. Do well to panic buy or panic sell something because things move up so quickly. It's better off to just follow the strategy. Follow the strategy you're in, the 2-week, 12-day, just follow that accumulation phase. So yeah, let me take a sip of coffee. You're right, Lloyd. I have been too bearish. I have been too bearish, and I deserve that. You're right. I have been too bearish. I don't know what I was thinking. I messed up. What can I say? You learn from your mistakes. You learn from your failures. But yeah, pump still feels like a trap. So, the Kelly Neal, you got to go with your strategy. Look, the thing is, I'm going to be most likely entering some type of swing short once we get the 90-minute money flow crossover into the red. I think that combined with the daily is going to be a really good place to give it a shot at least. I'm looking at my long-term accumulate, like my long-term Bitcoin on a hardware wall. I was just looking at that, a little while before stream, and I was like, damn, that went up a lot. You know what I mean? Like from when we were at 15K to now, like, wow. Everybody, that's another thing too. Everybody in crypto Twitter is talking about it going to a million by June. Usually when you have a lot of people saying predictions, like crazy predictions like that, it does go up a little bit more, but you're getting close. That's like, it would be comparative to like when Tesla bought, when we were at 30 or 40K or something. We went up more. We went up to 70K eventually, but, in terms of the long term, it wouldn't have been the worst place to get out. You know what I mean? So that's that. Let's see here. But the SPX still looks like it could go. Yeah. So that's the thing too, Eurobot. That's the thing too. So the SPX, what I think is going to happen here, and this is where things kind of get ugly, if the SPX somehow manages to keep going up, to keep continuing in a bull run and keep going farther, what I think is going to happen is obviously it outperforms the dollar, but it doesn't outperform commodities, and you still have not stagflation, excuse me. It doesn't outperform commodities. It kind of crashes upwards. So that's similar to what kind of happened in Venezuela. I mean, that's where things kind of get ugly. So you definitely got to be careful with that. I don't think there's any reason to. I would be definitely 100% buying Bitcoin over the S&P 500 right now. I could tell you the reason why for that. SPX or Bitcoin. Let's do Bitcoin SPX. And if we look at the monthly here, let's just look at, deep kind of, this looks like the normal chart, but deep anchor wave right here. It could roll over. It absolutely could roll over a little bit different, but I would be more inclined to get into Bitcoin just based on fundamentals too. And also just based on how the frickin' SPX looks right now. I mean, let's just look at that. You're rolling over on the monthly, about to get a red dot there. I think this is going to go down. Now, the main question here, guys, is can Bitcoin break away from traditional markets? It seems like it can. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, but it seems like it freaking can because of what's happening now with the fear after SVB went down. It seems like it can, unless what I think is one possibility that could bring it back down and prevent that from happening is if the big boys, the big money, they start going crazy with regulatory FUD. Now, I think that we're already seeing that affect altcoins. We're seeing that affect stable coins. They're depegging. Altcoins are getting in the dust of Bitcoin. Look at the freaking Bitcoin dominance. Look at ETH Bitcoin right here, just bleeding blood diamonds. And this is a pretty high probability this is going to keep going down. But if you can extend that FUD to Bitcoin, then you have Bitcoin kind of follow traditional markets and come down more. I think what's your friend then? Probably gold and silver, and then a good old savings account to a certain extent, assuming your damn bank doesn't become insolvent. That's the world we're living in right now. So I do have a lot of information about the trades in the exclusive Discord. There is a link down below if you guys are interested in that. To be completely transparent, a few of the last trades haven't done too well, but we did have a few good ones in the beginning. I'm kind of just on the sidelines right now. I did give a potential long entry. I didn't take it because I don't really like to trade in the weekends, but I did give a potential long entry yesterday. If you wanted to try to trade up to, I talked about in the video too, try to trade up to 28.5, kind of where we are. And it was based on, this lagged a little bit, but it was based on this little kind of trigger wave here. He came down. If you had a stop loss below there, first take profit up at these areas, it would have been kind of good. It's the weekend. It's going to be riskier. So, yeah. Let's see. If Bitcoin continues to pump, then there will be some mining stocks that will do well. Yeah, it does well too. Yeah. 29, so, yeah. Lauren, that's the thing too. I think it's kind of either what's going to happen. We're going to reject from somewhere between 28K, 32K, where we are right now, essentially, or we're going to somehow probably pump up to 40K, and then reject. I don't think you could really come up above 48K. I mean, maybe 48K, 50K this year, maybe in the craziest of circumstances, but yeah. Let's see here. Kraken announces a bank today. I didn't see that. Interesting. Yeah, Lauren, that's a good point. I think that, the main thing here, I could be wrong. I don't know. We have black swan crap, weird stuff. We're in weird ass times. But the main thing here is usually it never works FOMOing in. Usually that never kind of works. Usually the best strategy for long term is like a DCA for the next 10 months. I think 2023 is going to be similar to the accumulation year like 2015, 2019. History rhymes. It doesn't repeat. So I do have a feeling maybe we could lag a little bit in 2024, especially if it takes longer for the S&P 500 to bottom out, depending. So that's what we're looking at right there. Also, the main thing to look at for ETH accumulation is when this looks more bullish, when this gets down to probably at least here. I mean, ETH could, if we do have a rough end of this year, ETH could bleed against Bitcoin, especially the regulatory FUD up to 50%. This is where you get the hell into ETH, not financial advice, but this is where I would be getting the hell into ETH. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, in terms of trying to chase it at this point, you're already up. That's the thing too. You're already up so much, Yeah, you're already up freaking. Because, during this strategy too, I just want to show you the DCA strategy. I've shared this with the Discord. I've even given this out for free in the videos. I'll give it out for free again here, even though I feel like it's almost unfair to the people paying for kind of this information. I put one nice buy order in over here. That did well. I put another nice buy order in right when we this is when we confirmed the right over here, 20K. That did pretty damn well. And here I'm a little hesitant whether I want to buy more kind of on Monday, how I've been mainly trying to do it, or if I want to wait till we confirm a red dot here next. But for a DCA strategy, either way, you're not really, that lost. So that's what I think. 2024K is the Bitcoin halving. Yep. Patience is key in this market. 100% patience is key in investing, long-term investing, short-term investing, day trading, scalp trading, options, marriage, everything. My last buy was 22K. I'm not sure what was. People are all over the place, and that's normal. People always have differing opinions. Bearish on marriage, yeah. Yeah, the rates are going. Yeah, I was just talking to somebody about that because the thing too that well, I don't want to go on another like tangent about other non-crypto stuff for too long, but I just read in a Twitter post the other week like there's more dogs in the U.S. than children under the age of 18 by like a good amount, and it's annoying. I'm allergic to dogs. Every flight I've been on, there's always a freaking dog nearby, except international flights. I don't think they're allowed to bring dogs in those, fortunately. And then elevator, like I'd say a good 70% of the time I go in the elevator in my apartment complex, there's a freaking dog. There's certain places where there's this one condo complex in Boca Raton where my friend lives that they don't allow pets, which is freaking awesome. I think it's because a lot of older people live there. They have less pets, which is freaking. That's gonna be rare. That is rare now to find a place that doesn't allow pets. But yeah, let's get back on the crypto. I wanted to go on no tangents. Let's see. I did buy 16 and 20K heavy though and wait for 9 to 15K dynamic. Yeah, 100% easy. Let's look at ETH. We didn't look at ETH yet. Yeah, I mean we're in the triangle. I mean I don't think you would break up out of this wedge and go up to 4K anytime soon. I think the more likely scenario would be somewhat breaking down and forming like a double bottom with regulatory FUD at some point, into if we kind of draw this, towards the end of the year or something. Double bottom. This could still go lower too. This could be interesting. It could be the opposite of ETH. You know how like ETH didn't make a lower low, but Bitcoin did. It could be the opposite. ETH makes a lower low, but Bitcoin doesn't towards the end of the year. I think that could be a big possibility here. Let's see, 25.9K would be my next buy if it stays in the bullish path in case it bounces there. Yeah, look at Gala. We'll look at it. So ETH is in the same ballpark as Bitcoin. I think if you're going to be going short on something, it's probably going to be ETH over Bitcoin just because of this and because of the Bitcoin dominance. Like I've been saying for a while, 6 hour does look like you can continue forward a little bit there. Money flow is overheated, but we're in such a big uptrend. I would be waiting for money flow to start curving down the 4 hour to be, flip a bit more bearish. Yeah, if you look at money flow, this is trying to come up. This could bring you up to these areas, 18, 19. And then right there, money flow coming out. Trigger wave right there. Yeah, that's coming. Okay. So, yeah, it does look like a good potential long up a little bit higher, maybe into Monday, Tuesday. The Fed meeting is Wednesday. I think if they sound really freaking hawkish, which who knows what the hell they're going to. God, who knows what the hell Powell's going to say, but that would be kind of like where that could potentially mark a top, at least around that area. So that's what we're looking at right there. What's a trigger wave? So a trigger wave, let me give you an example. This is a trigger wave, right here. That's a trigger wave. Now we're forming this. So seems like you're going to be able to make it to 28.5, kind of like what I was talking about in the video yesterday. So, yeah. Let me take a sip of coffee. Okay. The name of the game is game where Bitcoin alts are used to gain more, but yeah. That's the thing too. That's kind of like if you compare the S&P 500 to individual stocks in that dynamic. The role of individual stocks is they're kind of all oscillators, kind of. I mean, it would be to convert it to S&P 500 eventually, even if you're buying like gold ETFs, stuff like that, theoretically. So yeah, DCM for Bitcoin. Yeah, there's going to be a place to get into alts. I know Ben Cowan was talking about. Let me show you total three. Let's get up. Total 3 right here, and total 3. He's thinking really low ass numbers. Sorry the language. Really low numbers for this. Down to I don't know where he's like one. Kind of I forget where I want to put more. I think at least here. 2 something. I'm thinking you probably towards the end of the year would get down to this area, especially with people selling stable coins, regulatory FUD. This is going to be a good area, especially once Bitcoin hits at least 50% dominance. And then, that would be a good area. I think this is going to be a huge area to look for a potential end to this rally. If we do make it that high, I think he might be able to. Kind of up in the air there. I mean, it is kind of forming that same head and shoulders. This is more. This is usually going in a certain direction. This doesn't. This is interesting with the alts. They don't really go sideways as much. Well, I mean, well, hold on. I mean, back there they did, but they're more in a general. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Just what happens every cycle. Yeah. Find the general like Gala. Let's see. Does matter? Look good. Yeah. Man. All right. Let's look at some of these. Gala. Okay. All right. It's a video gaming one, I think. Man, I know. So it's curving up right there. For a lot of the altcoins, I think they could make it up to kind of these areas that they were at the end of January, and then kind of roll over. And these are a mile behind. Like these are Bitcoin's going at 80 miles an hour. These are going at 4 miles an hour. You know what I mean, through this rally. I think you get up to this area. I think after these areas, you would probably roll over. I think as soon as Bitcoin hits its local top, whether it's at 30K, 32K, 40K even, these are going to get destroyed against Bitcoin. I mean, these are really going to get kind of hit hard. So in terms of buying this, let's look at Gala Bitcoin. Gala Bitcoin right here. I mean, still bleeding. Still generally bleeding. A little jump up there, but it does look kind of good. I mean, you could give it a shot, never financial advice, but I'm staying away for now. It does look good in some of these time frames against Bitcoin. So, I mean, some of them will outperform Bitcoin, just the majority of them won't. Let's see here. Let's look at XRP. So yeah, it looks like it's almost about to break out there. Double blood diamonds that are coming up. A little trigger wave about to, wow. We have dodged the freaking bullet with that yellow X there in the monthly, but I feel like, you still could play out, just more of a lag after this rally is over. Kind of roll over here. XRP is... There are a lot of big altcoin believers still, yeah. There are a lot. And they are relentless for their alts. And I think long term some of them may be right, but just based on the strategy, the way I do it, I wouldn't be buying alts right now. And I told you, where I'm looking at. Let's just look at it. The main thing too is like Bitcoin, the time to get into alts and even convert maybe some of your Bitcoin into alts. Responsibly, not financial advice, but when this gets in the red here on the 2-week, confirms in the red, and when would that be? A few months at least. May, June, July. It could be in September. I mean, we don't know. And then this is where you get heavy into alts, that area. Kind of April of after COVID or before, kind of that area. That would have been the place to get into alts, and that's where you make mad dollars. The other thing too is there's going to be new freaking alts coming out that will outperform all of everything in the next bull run that that you might want to wait for too. So yeah. God was the best gaming project. Is Axie Infinity still around, or did that go to zero? I mean, it's got to be still around, but is it coming back? Phantom, let's look at that. The 2 weeks still. That's the thing with the two. I mean, you had your... Oh, these are really freaking... That's the thing, too. If you want to swing short on this with a stop loss up there, jeez. That's the thing, too. Like, that's not... You're swinging short, you still probably would be okay. I mean, you got the trigger wave there. I feel like this is going to roll over before and come down before it cuts back to that high, kind of. But yeah, I see where you're... This looks not bad. Come on. It's coming down there. Yeah. Oh, let's look at Litecoin. We have to look at Litecoin. just left in the dust, the Bitcoin. Not even a green candle here. Not even a green freaking candle. Left in the dust. I mean, you got the green dot there. I kind of think for a lot of the altcoins, you could make it back up to here potentially. You can make it back up to February, January highs or wherever. But after that, I think you may be done. I think you may be generally done with the altcoins. That looks pretty good in the 15. You could try to go long here. Yeah, 15 with the 4 hour coming up. You could try to long up to this area. 95 or something potentially, yeah. Let's see, Relentless Believer. ARB, I don't know if either of those. Let's see. Crypto Grizzly, this isn't even, this is, looking at a blank, okay, zigzag. It's zigzagging downward. Yeah. There's new ones that come out all the time, guys, too. There's gonna be ones we've never even heard of that everybody's gonna send me the new craze in 2024, 2025 or whatever. Guys, we gotta buy ass token. We gotta buy anus token. It's new craze. New Doge. You gotta buy, man. You gotta buy Philantro. Everybody's buying, all the cool cats are buying it. I do use Market Cypher. It's the main indicator. If you guys are interested, by the way, in Market Cypher, there is a link down below, 20% off. Use my link with the discount code BearCub20. It's down below. You have to use my link to get it, but that's a good deal. It's normally only 10 or 15% off. So check that out. Also, we are doing a trading competition. I think you have a day or two left to get in on MEXC. You got some really good odds to get $250. If you do sign up with my link, you don't need a VPN. And if you do sign up and deposit at least $100, I will give you 1 free month in my exclusive Discord. Just shoot me a DM on Discord with your UID. So yeah. What's up, Cryptodontis? How you doing, buddy? It's not even released yet. Yeah. The anus token, yeah. I got that from a Wojak video, but. What do you think of NFTs? I think there's going to be a lot of good buying opportunities for NFTs in towards the end of the year. What's up, David Brumbelo? So yeah, let's see. The thing too with the DXY is this is like I've been talking about. I know some moves around. It could get down to this area, a little bit bullish for the next 2 days, come down to this area, and then finally start to see a continuation here. If it doesn't, we're in for some rough times, I think. But I think the trigger wave kind of on the 2 week, I think it'll generally at least, this will continue up in the S&P 500 and NASDAQ will generally continue down here. This has been, nothing's happened in a while, but you do have the red X. I think you're going to see something in the next few months kind of generally come down. That's what I think there. Same goes for NASDAQ. Let's look at Bitcoin right now. So, yeah, I mean, right to that point. I think with these green dots, she's got a little bit left in her. She's got a little bit left, I think. Let's just see some possibilities here. I think this pocket is pretty big. After the logarithmic ones, I would probably, yeah, right there. Yeah. My day job, it's trading, long-term investing, everything you could do, and I do stuff with the S&P 500, NASDAQ as well. I don't just trade. I do long-term investing. I do have swing trades, stuff, more long-term stuff as well. But yeah. But it's all revolved around crypto investing, all that type of stuff. It's not very good. Okay, so you got to join my free Discord, and you could also tag me in one of the channels in the Discord, and I will get that up. You had to have used my my link though. So yeah. Jason Casper is an amazing YouTuber. He is a workhorse. That guy's a machine. He's incredible. I've done collabs with him. I got to collab with him again. I love Jason Casper. He is an amazing. The guy is wicked smart too. Like The guy is wicked smart, wicked sharp. I love the guy. Really funny too. I mean, some people probably get annoyed with that, even buck cheeks and stuff. But yeah, really funny too. Yeah. Or the pump song, yeah, that type of thing. He's got other stuff. Like I'm more like just serious, calm mannered typically. He's funny. He's hilarious. What's the most profit I've ever made on an individual trade? Man, that's a good question. Probably like 20 G's. Well, I mean, it depends how maybe 50 G's, like long-term stuff. It's around there. But that's like holding stuff for 6 months. That was during the bull run when I was just holding stuff for a while, buying Matic at low prices and stuff. You're shorting Bitcoin. Okay. Let's look at that. No, it really depends on your take profit. I wouldn't be going short right now, but you could be right. You thinking ETH seems 20? Yeah. Good question, James. What am I thinking for ETH? So I think 19 to 2000. Let's focus on first. I kind of do think with the Fed raising rates, you will see a pullback You will see probably most likely a pullback there. Somewhere between 28, 29K, 32K. Maybe you could bump up to 40K. Maybe. But yeah, ETH, I think this is going to be a huge area, 19. And it's kind of looking like we could get there. So yeah. Yeah, okay, we knew that. More unrest here. Trump. I mean, just nothing is going good in the world right now, or in this country at least. So ZZZ, I talked about it like quite a few times when I'm looking to get in for a swing short on the stream. I do have a lot of ideas for trades. I do give some trade signals in the exclusive Discord. There's a link down below if you're interested in that. We do have a really good community. I'm not right all the time. So yeah, I mean, I would never recommend anyone just blindly follow somebody, some random guy on YouTube's, trade calls. But I think it can be a useful tool to at least learn. So yeah. Never short quantitative easing. Yeah, I mean, they did yeah, I mean, they increased it by 300 billion. So, I mean, yeah. Seems like there are a lot of people with a lot of. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I can't answer that, whether we're going to go up to 40K, what's going to happen here. This is the hardest thing. What I can tell you with some confidence is I think you'll get some type of substantial pullback when we cross into the 90, cross into the red in the 90. I think with a good amount of confidence, Bitcoin will continue to outperform ETH and the vast majority of alts. I could also predict with a good amount of confidence that buying, not financial advice, obviously, but DCAing in for the next until the end of the year, until January, end of the year, next 10 months would be a really good idea. So yeah, huge inflation, yeah. But stock market, oh yeah, I think stock market. I'm bearish in the stock market. S&P 500, Nasdaq, yeah. I don't think they're going to quantitative ease that much, guys, because you're going to get serious civil unrest and a lot of other crap. Like the quantitative easing, it only works so much. I don't think they're going to quantitative ease that much. I think they're going to raise rates 25 basis points. I think they're going to keep raising rates potentially as long as things don't get too crazy. The thing too is like all they need to end inflation is they need the freaking market to come down. They need the S&P 500 to come down to like 32. I think that should be enough. 30, probably 32, over here, these areas, 3,000. That's enough to end this inflation. So, yeah. It's about to pump, man. Yeah. Bitcoin loves it when banks fail. Yeah, that's what we're seeing. So, yeah, it is really interesting. Oh man, we got to look at gold and silver. Gold is mooning. Gold too, man. I have a feeling when they raise it 25 basis points, that'll at least, have this come down a little bit, at least make it hit some traffic here. But I think, ultimately we're going to break out of this kind of cup and handle and, come up and potentially hit 3,000 next 5 years. But nobody's getting really rich off of gold. It just doesn't have the volatility that you need. It just doesn't move up enough. I mean, what's the market cap of gold? $10 trillion? I mean, yeah. But yeah. And then silver too. I mean, there's obviously more potential because it's more volatile. It's kind of lagging behind gold to a certain extent. But yeah, I mean, this I would probably be more inclined to get. I mean, I do own probably a little bit more silver than gold, or actually, am I 2/3 silver? I don't even know. But yeah, I think they'll outperform the S&P 500. Yeah. Let's see. Shorts getting squeezed. Yep. As predicted, I got that one right. Not right 100% of the time, but yeah. They'll keep raising rates by 25 basis points, but increase their balance in my bet. I wonder what the hell that would do, AD. Which I feel like that's looking like what will happen, but we don't. Has that ever freaking been done before, guys? They're just gonna keep. They're gonna. That seems probable too. Like, what the fuck does that? Excuse my language. What the hell does that do? Like, what? What does that do to the like? What is that? What is it? I mean, that would be. It's kind of that's like freaking having that's like having a heater on and air conditioning on at the same time. Kind of. That's like canceling one another out. To a certain extent, that's just I don't. Let's see. They don't care about unrest because we're doing people. I mean, I'm trying to think here. They don't care about unrest. That is true, but there can be some serious unrest. There absolutely can be. Was there serious unrest during the Great Depression? Like, were a lot of places getting robbed and stuff? I don't think so. I think just all the valuables were just collecting dust and just sitting there. Like all the cars, that's one of the things. Like all the cars were just sitting there in the parking lots and the dealerships just collecting dust. Money flow on 406 sounds pretty good right now. Definitely went short right now. I'm small, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, David. Play with the whales, not against them. Debt ceiling next month can make expectation. Ugh. Yeah. What would my portfolio mixture at the moment? 80% stocks, 15% bonds, 5% crypto. So, you're talking about between stocks, bonds, and oh man, you're gonna. I don't have really. I have no money in the S&P 500 or the Nasdaq right now. Nothing aside from some shorts. Swing shorts in there, but I'm more risky. I mean, I have a good amount of cash. I have a good amount of gold, silver, and Bitcoin. I mean, things I'm kind of, I guess you could say I'm long on cash. I just have a savings account with some stuff, but that's money was set to be deployed more, into crypto stock market towards the end of the year. But no, right now, nothing in stocks. I mean, I'm not even a fan of bonds really. I just want my money there, quickly in a savings account to just deploy. And I'm happy with my 3-4%, whatever it is. And crypto right now, in terms of net worth, man, I'd have to do some math out to kind of figure that out. I'm like, man, because I'm probably like 20 to 30. It went up higher because we had such a big pump, and I'm so Bitcoin every probably 30%, 25, 30%. Bitcoin 28.3. Yeah, we're pumping. Crypto Itachi, I like that name. More money to be printed to be able to easy. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, so you're super bullish, crypto grizzly, but you got bear in your name. So let's see, not to mention war escalate. Yeah. Powell will raise 25 basis points. That will show. Shout out to Crypto Dentist. Powell will raise 25 basis points. That will show the markets that he's still confident in what he's doing, even if he isn't. So I would say if he raises 25 basis points, I think the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ will go down. Will Bitcoin go down? Probably. I would say probably. Probably you would see somewhat of a significant pullback. Most likely. I think so. 27, 28K target. Hey, bear smash for blow time. Sayonara. Is that a Spanish word, sayonara? Word's never good, yeah. Blow top scenario. Alex Becker did post that he's moving out of the U.S. too. So, man, I mean, I got 8 months here. Well, another at this point. Let's see, my lease ends in October, so your boy may be out of here. Your boy may be out of here towards the end of the year. If things get real bad, your boy may be on a one-way ticket out of here quicker with just a laptop in his suitcase. But I don't want to scare nobody. That's probably not going to happen. Can I check H&T? Sure. What? Oh, is this like the only one that's just, it keeps, what? Why is it crashing with it while everything else is going down? Yeah, I don't, why is it? Now it's back. Okay, it's weird. I don't know, man. I'd stay the hell away from this right now, but it's just me. Near your high stream. Wow. Let's look at that. So, yeah, we're still. I mean, I've been talking about this pocket's big. Theoretically, you could stay bullish on the Fed. But man, this is But there's signs. I mean, I think we're getting close here, guys. I think in terms. Let me map this out in the 90 a little bit too. Right? Yeah, Tuesday. Oh, man. That's Fed meetings Wednesday. It could be Tuesday, boys and girls. It could be Tuesday. We're seeing more movement on weekends than we normally see, too, even last freaking weekend. Let's see. Yeah, if he does, that's a good point, Crypto does. If he doesn't raise, nobody knows what I think the market would come up if he doesn't raise. I think it would. At least Bitcoin, gold, silver. Where am I buying gold and silver? So I don't own physical. I probably should own physical. I'm just too transient. I move around too much. I just own ETFs. So yeah, Fidelity, pick your poison wherever. I know it is risky, but I mean, if worse comes to worse, I do have a good amount of Bitcoin. So, hardware wallet, travel around the world, anywhere. The Fed should raise rates. Yeah, I agree with that. Let's see, the Fed should raise rates, but as long as the government keeps creating new avenues to print money, it counteracts what the Fed is attempting to do. That's okay. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Election to try to win. Yeah, it's kind of just such an illusion, raising rates and then printing. So I'm just thinking how that affects the normal person. So so you keep printing money, so you devalue the dollar while you raise rates. So I feel like this just screws the average person over, because say you're trying to buy a house. So you're going to have higher interest to buy the house, then the value of the house is going to kind of still go up because they're printing more money. I guess, this is uncharted territory, weird stuff. If hell doesn't really panic, it has been too bearish. I haven't been. Appreciate you, Karate. Appreciate you. Maybe I haven't been too bearish. No one can predict things, but yeah. Daily forming quad bearish div and monthly has triple bearish div as well. Let's look at that. Quad bearish div, yeah. Daily is bearish AF right now. Daily is bearish 90. I mean, there is a good, and we're finally hitting this. Did we hit my target? Just about, yeah, this area. Powell is going to rock the world. 50 points in. Oh my God, you really think so, bro? Everything's gonna crash. Bitcoin's gonna be back at freaking If he raises 50 basis points, dude, you're going to be you're going to be lucky if you could hold 25K. If he raises 50 basis points and sounds hawkish AF, you might be back at 20K before you know it. You probably would mess around with 25K for a while, though. But, yeah, I don't think that'll happen. I think it's going to be 25. I'm in the 25-point basis camp priced in. Yeah, me too. Let's talk about market investors. We'll move into Bitcoin. I think you need that over time to even make the asset go up, trend up with time. Where am I going to go? Probably somewhere in Central America or South America. Boomers, big money now. Is your cash safe in the bank? What are your feelings about leaving your cash in the bank? Okay, that's a good question, Crypto Tachi. My answer is diversification. Keep some money in the savings account because you need it. You could open a foreign bank too, man. That's what I haven't gotten around to that yet, but that could be an avenue. Look into that. Foreign bank account maybe a good avenue depending on how much money you have, how much you're worth. Gold, silver, physical could be good. You better know how the hell to store that and keep that safe though. And obviously Bitcoin on a hardware wallet, if you don't have any, that's, a really good avenue as well. It would be diversification. Yeah, people say it's pretty weakish to run away. Yeah, that is a good point. Pretty weakish to run away. And you're right. I was actually talking to somebody about that yesterday. I mean, that's facts. I mean, you're right. At the same time, though, I mean, look at it like this. If you grew up in say you grew up in such a crappy city in the U.S., you grew up in a rough, very poor, crappy city. I mean, and you go to somewhere else where there's more opportunity and you make a lot of money that you wouldn't have been able to make somewhere else. I mean, is that really running away? I don't know. You know what I mean? Companies are 100% karate. Stocks are overvalued. H&T being listed. Oh, does that mean it's going to zero? Jeez. Good thing because good thing we're waiting on the results to see. They're moving Solana, but I don't know why. Okay. Zigzag, you're getting ready to sell. Huh? What's up? Today's your day. You're doing well. You list down by that means it's probably going to zero. PAXG. No, but that could be a decent possibility. PAXG. That would be, I'd say, the same risk as buying the GLD. Maybe that would be more risk. Honestly, that would probably be more risk than buying GLD. But you can keep PAXG in a hardware wallet, so, but I think there's still risk in that. David, I mean, if you have gold and silver ETFs, sure, they could probably screw you over and not give you the full value for it, but I think they would have to give you at least a decent, at least something for it. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Favorite crypto exchanges? Diversification again. Don't keep all your eggs in one basket. Use multiple ones in case one goes down. All the ones down below, I mean, BITGET's good, BITGET, I mean, MEXC is good. Coinbase, obviously, good if you're just trying to buy. Let's see. Marco sold 5% of his portfolio. Marco, you've been right. Shout out to Marco. He's getting bearish, though. So 5%. I mean, 5% is not that much, but yeah. Let's see. Gold is especially risky with the market cap increase it had. Gold in their hills. Marco, did you sell USDT? Yeah, I did see the 1 mil in 90 days bet. I don't know who that is. Who is Balahi? Apologies if I'm pronouncing the name wrong. If somebody could elaborate on who that is and what their significance is. I mean, if that happens, if you actually think that's going to happen, this is not any type of advice, but if you actually think things are going to get that crazy in the next 90 days, oh my God, those people in the prep or doomsday preppers are going to be doing pretty well, Oh man, things are gonna get ugly. You better pray that doesn't happen. You better pray we don't have that hyper of it. You got to get the hell out of this country. I don't know. Look, I don't know if this is any type of advice, but if you think that's gonna happen, oh God. But yeah, let's see. Oh man, there's so many. I'm trying to go through all the chat. Give me, let's see. Let me take a quick break here, guys. I'll be right back, okay? Let's take a quick intermission. Been talking for a while. I gotta rest my vocal cords, get a drink of water. Give me like 5 minutes or whatever. All right, I am back. Thank you guys for waiting. Let's see. So tops are loud, bottoms are quiet. 1516 was very quiet. Okay, tops are so a lot of, oh, that's a good point, AZTV. That's a very good point. I wonder who said that. I don't think I've heard that one before. But yeah, it is very loud. A lot of, I mean, fear and greed is, higher on the greed area too. So, that could be a good thing to talk about. I mean, let's see. It's saying you can't eat the key. I guess the Fed proved it wrong. QEing and QT. Yeah, crypto Itachi. Let's see, zigzagging. In my honest opinion, if Powell doesn't raise rates, oil distributors may decide they don't want a hyperinflated currency to be what solely Yeah, so that's a big problem. That would be where you're starting to lose world currency status. Please check short financial ETF. Okay, I know a few of them, but I don't know that one. Take a look, Marco. FAZ. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's that looks really freaking good, yeah. This looks how kind of that triple Q looks, but the monthly that's a big bullish div. I mean that one obviously be careful with this. I mean this stuff is risky, but This is the short on the NASDAQ. I think this will start to turn around soon. Double bottom. Powell said prepare for pain. He said in Congress he wasn't going to fall back and just he's prepared to break. Yeah, that's a good point, Zigzag. That's a good point. I mean, maybe just that's the last quantitative easing, and then Still thinking SPX nuke should bring a lower low in Bitcoin. Yeah, that's the thing, AZTV. It's really the debate. Can we break away? Can we break away from traditional markets? I don't know if we're there yet. Welcome, Crypto Itachi. I'm in the camp that thinks it's purposely being done to break the system. If you leave the U.S., you get out of paying the national debt. Yeah, 94K per person. Yeah. Would I short Bitcoin? Not yet, but I'm looking towards it. Well, let's see. Optical art. Yeah, I know optical art. Australia published showing fib rings that show possible major global. But yeah, I've seen that. That's interesting. Most major assets are about to touch in very negative ring and such. Yeah. Yeah, the thing too is he's been talking about that for a while. I mean, sometimes that's a little bit, it's not going to be right all the time. But yeah. Top 5 alts. Oh man, ask me that another time. Yeah, in the pick. Thanks. Most world debt is in USD. I don't know, Crypto Itachi. That's a good question. I don't have enough knowledge on that, but yeah, if hyperinflation, their debt's worth less. Yeah, your debt's kind of worth less. Theoretically, your student loans are worth less. A lot of things are less. So. Let's see. Credit Suze is having a live press release. I'm not saying it was targeted. Interesting. They're going to say they were targeted because freaking Robert Kiyosaki said he thought they were the next one to go down. But yeah. So you gotta be ZZZ. You gotta go into my free Discord. There's a link down below for your free Discord and shoot me a DM with your UID, and I will grant you 1 month. When do I think alts will move? What do you mean move? Well, after towards the end of the year, I think will be the big place to get in alts. Let's see here. So what's happening? I mean, it's a lot of, kind of a lot of the same here. I do think that, we're hitting these points. I just do think money flow coming out in the 4 hour, once you see this and this is coming down, that's when you're going to start to see a trend reversal. I think you could be bullish until the Fed meeting. I think Powell is going to sound more hawkish. I think that's what will probably mark the top potentially. Everybody's talking, everybody's screaming. It doesn't necessarily mean we've topped out, but, we pumped up a lot, ETH right here. So I think we could have a little bit more, just a little bit more. Maybe 29. I don't know if you'll get to 30. Maybe 29. And we can look at this guy. Look at Powell. Look at this guy. Where is he? He's not there. Yeah. Fox Business maybe. Okay, we saw that. That's interesting. Yeah, the problem is Warren Buffett was probably a lot more cognizant, back many years ago in 2008, but now we'll see what happens. Just trying to think if there's anything significant here. The other thing too is we could look at like real estate. Not looking good there, obviously. I think this will continue downward. Yeah, I mean more gradual decline, but yeah. Yeah, that's not looking good by any means. And I think the 25 basis points will bring real estate down farther, as with kind of any rate hike, for obvious reasons. But yeah, let's look at Cardano. Look at a few more. So yeah, let's look at the Kraken. Yeah, some of these can make it back to the February highs, but kind of think for some of the alts, we're really getting alts are going to be left in the dust, man. They're going to be left in the dust. Yeah. I don't even know what the Fed knows what they're going to do yet. I think it's going to be 25 basis points though. We're in a crisis. we're in a crisis. Do I believe the hype of Bitcoin going to 1 mil in the next 90 days? I think the likelihood of Bitcoin going to 1 mil in the next 90 days would be higher if everyone wasn't saying it was going to Bitcoin was going to 1 mil in the next 90 days. Usually when you see crazy predictions like that, I haven't seen those type of predictions since 2021, but usually you come up a little bit more, but you're getting towards a good place to sell. You're starting to get into the good place to sell. I mean, that's not even to say we can't come up to 40K, but yeah. Let's look at Cardano. DOT has been less significant lately, but yeah, a little trigger wave on the 3-day. I think like everything else, you get up to like 750 or something, a little bit higher potentially in the next few days. Maybe not though. We'll see. And then we should look at Solana. Why not? Yeah, trigger weight. Yeah, this area 24, 25, but I don't think you could get up much higher than that potentially. These have really been, because Bitcoin was at what, 25 here. I mean, now we're at 28, and this is, everything is just fallen so far behind Bitcoin. Yeah. What do I think of Ergo? I don't know much about it, man. I think it's a bleeder. I think that it's So anything that I knew was kind of gambling. This is, man, same thing, yeah, just straight down. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to get off. If you guys are interested in the trading competition on MEXC, there is a link down below. You guys got some good odds for $250. It ends pretty soon. Like, we got one more day to sign up for that, I believe. You don't need a VPN. If you sign up using my link and deposit at least $100 on MEXC, I will give you 1 free month in my exclusive Discord. Just shoot me a DM on Discord, and I will grant you access. Send me your UID. And yeah. So yeah, that's the thing right there. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm still working on fixing the website for the course. My web developer's still working on it. We had a plugin that went haywire. I don't know why, and it messed up the whole site. So my apologies for that. We're moving it over to a new server and making things a lot better. So yeah. Oh, you're gonna be in the Vulture Music Festival? Nice. I will be. I got my ticket. I'll be going. So yeah. All right, guys. I will see you. Thanks so much. Have a good one. Remember to like and subscribe.